One of my favorite quotes by Jim Rohn goes like this: if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 effective strategies that are going to help you set up your life and hit your goals. No more wasting your time, no more working for someone else's vision. Let's do it. Number 5, the funeral strategy. I want you to do a little mental visualization. I want you to picture that you are at a funeral. You look around, you see your friends, you see your family, you see workmates that you used to work with, you see schoolmates from years back that you haven't seen in years. Everybody's there. You walk over to the middle and there's a coffin there. It's open, that's good. Take a look inside, and to your surprise, you see yourself looking right back at you. People start walking up to the podium. They start giving speeches. They start talking about you. What are they saying? Are they saying that you were a good friend that helped and gave without expecting anything back? Are they saying that you were the best businessman that they've ever seen and that you could just make money out of thin air? Are they saying that perhaps you were a good father or a good member of society? What are they saying? When we do this mental exercise, when we visualize with the end in mind, we can get to the roots of what truly matters to us. And this is important because a lot of us live our lives for other people. We think that we want to study for 8 years to get that medicine degree. And when we get it, we feel empty inside. We feel like we betrayed ourselves because that wasn't what we wanted. We think that we want to start this business in this particular market that we don't really care for. And when we make the $1 million, we feel empty inside because the money should have made us happy. You don't want to live your life to please other people. You don't want to live your life continuing the dream that your parents had or the society had or your friends had. You want to do what's true to you so that when you do apply that energy, when you put in that hustle and you do accomplish it, you actually feel good and not worse than when you started. So this is incredibly important. You need to get clear. You need to figure out what it is that you want to achieve. 4, blueprints. There are currently over 7 billion people on planet Earth right now. And there's a good chance that some of those people have probably achieved the thing that you're trying to achieve. So the dumbest thing you could do is just go out there in the world and just try to figure it out yourself. Just try freestyle, just do whatever you want. That's the dumbest thing you could do. You don't want to do that. What you should be doing is looking for the blueprints. Googling, YouTubing, finding mentors, finding people that have actually accomplished the things that you want to accomplish. And you want to look for patterns in what they've done, because success leaves clues. There's patterns, there's similarities, symmetries. And when you find those things, if you just do the same things, you will get the same results. When you go to the gym, right, and you see the biggest guy in the gym, he's not doing little cable curls. He's not doing little cable curls. The biggest guy is doing squats, he's doing deadlifts, he's got serious weight on the bar. Do a quick Google search and you'll see that heavy compound exercises are the key to getting gains. That's what you need to be doing that research. When you look at the wealthiest people in the world, the people, the ones that drive those Lamborghinis and all that stuff, people with the big houses, they don't have jobs. They've got assets, they've got businesses, they've got equity, they've got leverage. Read some of their books and you see that they're saying the same things. They don't rely on an hourly rate. They create systems, they provide a ton of value for the world and get compensated for it. So if you do the same thing, you will get the same result. Don't freestyle it, don't be a caveman, just do the research. When I started this YouTube channel, I did a quick Google search, right? I realized I needed some lights. I realized I needed some camera. I realized I need to talk about stuff that people wanted, SEO, all this stuff. You learn this on the fly. Don't wait to get it perfect, just go. Strategy 3, I call this heaven and earth. Heaven, those are your big goals, your long-term goals, the goals you expect to achieve within 7 to 10 years. That's a really good time frame, because 7 to 10 years is enough time to accomplish most things. It's enough time to get a high level belt in a martial arts. It's enough time for you to buy your first house. It's enough time for you to start a business, taking it from $0 to $1 million in sales. It's enough time for you to get married and have kids if that's what you want to do. It's enough time for you to write 2, maybe even 3 books. 7 to 10 years is a great time frame. So you think about these goals that you have, and they're probably going to be inspired by what you figured out in the funeral analogy, funeral visualization. And those goals are going to be a North Star. They're going to be the things you want to work towards. We're not leaving it at that. We want to break those big goals down into yearly goals. So here's the 10-year goal. Break it down into accomplishments you need to achieve each year for you to get that. 10 years, you want to be a savvy salesman, selling all kinds of houses. That's up here. Right now, you're on Earth. You're an electrician. You're not even in the real estate game. So you break down the goal. First year, you're getting your real estate license. Second year, you're getting a mentor who's going to help you go through the ropes. Third year, maybe you're going to move to a different city where the real estate market's popping and whatnot. Okay, that's what you do. You break it down into yearly goals. But you don't stop there. The yearly goals you break down into monthly goals. And the monthly goals you break down into daily goals. So your daily goals are quite flexible. You can change these up because you never know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. Things happen. But the main point is for you to accomplish the monthly goals, right? As long as the end of the month comes and you've done the monthly goals, you're good to go. You're moving forward. It's kind of like, when you have to clean your house and there's crap everywhere. It's hard to get started. You procrastinate. But when you decide to focus on one section, maybe just making your bed and dusting the furniture a little bit, it's easy, it's manageable because you broke it down into a digestible piece. Then the next day you can focus on another area. It's the same approach we need when we are setting these big goals. Break them down into manageable sections. 2, celebrate the small wins. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It's associated with novelty and anticipation. So when we were cavemen, we were running around and we were really hungry. We just imagine in our head a woolly mammoth, and that would just release dopamine and push us forward to go there and hunt that mammoth so we can have a nice barbecue on the fire. Now, let's bring it back to the modern day, to an analogy you're probably more familiar with. Netflix. You probably watch Netflix, right? There's a crap ton of things you can watch there. A shit ton of shows and movies, more than the average person, more than anyone can watch, because there's thousands and thousands of hours of stuff. But they're always adding new stuff, always adding more new stuff. They do this because of the dopamine. When we see new titles, we get happy. Some dopamine is released in our brain and we just feel good. So we want to leverage the same powerful chemical for us to accomplish our goals. And the way we do this is by celebrating the small wins. When you change your mindset, instead of waiting until you've reached that big heaven goal to be happy, which might take you 10 years, and you start being happy over the small daily minutiae, the things that you accomplish on a day-to-day basis, you will feel motivated and have newfound energy to keep pushing forward. A realistic example is when I started this YouTube channel, it took a long time to get 100 subscribers. It took a long ass time to get 100 subscribers. But when I got the 100 subscribers, I was very happy. I celebrated. Dopamine was released. Now with time, as I grew the YouTube channel, it became easier and easier for me to get 100 subscribers. The ultimate goal, of course, is 1 million subscribers and more, but that's gonna take a long time. But it became easier for me to get the 100 subscribers. So it didn't make sense for me to celebrate every 100 subscribers because it would just take away the appeal. There will be no dopamine release because it's happening so frequently. So I had to adjust my threshold for celebration. So at this stage right now, we're at 68,000 subscribers. I celebrate maybe every 5,000 subscribers. So you want to look at what you're doing and think of a milestone that is going to take some work for you to achieve, but is not so far off that you get demotivated. And each time you hit those milestones, celebrate. Go out with your friends, have a drink or whatever you do. I don't know what you do. Celebrate and feel good that dopamine is going to get released, and then you set the next benchmark. And this way you're going up the stairway and enjoying the process all the way up to that big heaven goal. Another easy way to celebrate the small wins is with daily checklists. When you write down the tasks you want to do every single day, and when you cross them off, it just feels so good. It's an addictive feeling, and it pushes you to keep going, to keep crushing these goals. I've been tracking every single day for the past couple of years, and I never get tired of crossing off a task. It just feels amazing. Number one, get out of your own way. Believe it or not, you are already complete. You are already successful as it is, in terms of you have the tools to achieve your goals. The problem is you get in your own way. You procrastinate when you need to be doing work. You self-sabotage to get yourself out of doing things and to compromise yourself. There's all these mental burdens in your mind that stop you from accomplishing what you know you want. And it's this way because of mainstream programming. Ever since you were young, you were programmed to fit in a tight box, to stay in your lane. You didn't have programming for success. You didn't have programming that empowered you. You had programming that limited you into that box. So if you want to achieve these goals that seem beyond you at this moment, you need to eliminate that programming. You need to pull back the layers so that you don't get in your own way. And you could do this by reading a bunch of good books on topics that are associated with what you're trying to do. You could do this by hanging out with people that are already in that world. So you want to get back on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, start hanging out with people that like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You want to start a business and make millions of dollars, start hanging out with people that are already there. It might take a little bit of effort, but you're going to just suck up these people's energy like a sponge. You want to look back at your life, especially your childhood, because that's where a lot of these beliefs and things come from the trauma there. And you want to figure out why you became the way you are and why you gathered a lot of these limiting beliefs. Then you want to strategically, consciously, manually reprogram those beliefs so that you do accomplish those goals. If you don't do this work, there's a good chance you're just gonna sabotage yourself. You know, I've seen it time and time again with lots of my coaching students. They sabotage themselves until they figure out the reason why they think the way they do. A good place to start is my subconscious reprogramming playlist right there. Put it right there. Watch that. So if you want to achieve your goals, do the funeral strategy. That was number 5. Look at blueprints. Number 4. Consider heaven and earth by breaking down those goals. Celebrate the small wins. And of course, number 1, get out of your own damn way. Do this, and I promise you'll be one step closer to living and dying well. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell notifications so we can see more of each other. Until next time.